everyone. I am officially a licensed CCW. Almost, I feel so patriotic right now. First thing first. Let me start how the day went. Let me go and give you a little history. A couple years ago, I came here with my Les Lito, and they basically like say no. Now taking the course, and I've shot the gun that I've been saying Les Lito and marker now to say gun. It's kind of weird, but first thing first, shooting that high point. It has some kick. It has some kick to it. I mean, just the trajectory of the cartridge, and the recoil and the blowback. It took a little bit, but the practicing shooting with Les Lito made me pretty good. I got center mass. I got headshots. Something about headshots I'm pretty good at. But let me tell you something. I was so freaking nervous in the sense of, oh my God, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of my classmates type of feel. Because I didn't know how to load my weapon. I was playing with it the day before, but I didn't really have time to kind of really mess with it. My logic was I'm going to learn the parts of a gun and then have the full knowledge of how to operate a gun. But really, I should look at the manual a little bit closer last night. But I didn't even know how to load ammo, because I'm so used to loading kinetic rounds and pepper rounds. I can do that in my sleep. But after they showed me how to load it, and how I was trying to put the cartridge in, I was extra ammo was in the chamber. I was like, what the? So it took me a second to kind of get used to it. You gotta really make sure you do that ammo right. But it was, it was great. It was a great experience. I learned so much about guns, and realized that guns is a serious it's a serious process, and you gotta take it very seriously. It's a careful responsibility to have a gun. Make sure make sure you point where you intended to. Make sure you double check there's none in the chamber. Rack it a few times before. I'm getting used to that. Where it's like, well, oh, okay, there's work that needs to be done, right? There's work I need to do to get better. There's work I need to do to get better. With my weapon. So what I'm gonna do next week, and also I bought this ammo that was $30, and I went through all of them. I said, wow, I went through $30 like it was nothing. But granted, I was testing. So I was testing. So, but still, it makes me realize, yeah, I'm gonna have to get like my steps in, like for your Fitbit. I'm gonna have to get my steps in shooting. But it was a great experience. It kept my interest, so it meant something. Because if it was a job, I had to do slides and stuff, or listen to someone talk. I just fall asleep. It bored me to tears. But this one kept my attention. I had pretty interesting. I had a lot of people that was they used to weapons, but for whatever reason they had their CCW. My purpose is for my church. To be able to defend and protect the people at my church. So that was my purpose. And then on top of that, granted I don't know much on guns outside of watching tons of YouTube videos this week. I learned a lot more today, but it really was stuff I already know. The class consists more of learning the legal. It's so many places you can't just be dropping your gun or bringing or brandishing your gun, like talking about you. It's almost like less lethal. You can only when it's justifiable. It can't be just wherever you feel like it, or it has to be a justifiable. And then on top of that, no firearms, and the signs got to be posted. It has to be posted eye level. Your state laws, open carry, constitution carry, stand your ground, no retreat. All that play a huge part into this gun responsibility. And as easy as it is to get it, it's as quick as it is to get taken away. And I realized I was listening to all these laws. I was like, it's the same way with less lethal. Granted, it can't kill anybody, but some of the same laws still apply. Like, you can't bring out unless you feel threat, and if you shot someone, call 911, go through the process, call your attorney. If I didn't hear nothing else, I heard attorney, and I didn't even play with it. I got Legal Shield, U.S. Legal Shield, thanks to Greg over at East Coast Less Lethal. I didn't even play with it. I just like, let me just go ahead and get it. I don't need HBO Max. I really don't. So I'm on budget like every single parent is, but it's just one thing you just don't want to play with when it comes to legal stuff, especially with weapons, especially where you bring your weapon. And I said to myself, you know what? Let me just go ahead. And pay for it. It's a huge responsibility, and I do not take it lightly. And I'm not be the person where I'm just gonna bring my actual gun every single place. My less lethal would be just good enough. And if I can get away, I'm gonna get away. If I really, the guns and legal and less lethal is kind of the same way, is unless you really have to, and if you can get away, get away. Now only thing about the gun side, if you shoot them, then you got to go ahead, call the cops and go and do that process. But if you can get away, don't sit there and argue with that person about it. Just back off. And that is so important. I mean, and for the most part of my life, 80% of my life, I can walk away. I don't want any smoke. I don't want no drama. I don't even want to hear a person argue over their phone. If I hear someone even do that, I walk far away from the other side. And then most of the time, I realize my child is mostly with me. In some form or fashion, my child is always with me. So more importantly, I definitely gotta get away from the situation. If there's an aggressive, anything, just walk away. It's literally the blueprint of being a smart gun or less lethal owner, is to get away, walk away. So anyway, I enjoyed the experience. I'm not a virgin anymore in guns. I shot my gun. It was a little bit intimidating. It's not like less lethal. Less lethal is one way, but gun is another. But I realized I chose my first weapon as a kind of a heavy weapon. But then they have other classes that was pretty good, like defensive. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna come back and do something else. Cause I feel like if I'm going to do self-defense and my martial arts, I need to incorporate guns too. And the more training I get and the more repetition I get, who knows, maybe I can add that part of my business, if it's a market for it. Because a lot of people are afraid of guns, and for a long time, up till a couple years ago, I was too. I mean, it was just, I said, I don't even live that type of lifestyle. I need it. Then I realized the more and more places that used to be safe are no longer safe anymore. I need to be able to defend myself in full-fledged. I need everything now. Unfortunately, I need everything. I need less lethal. I need lethal. I need self-defense. I need martial arts. I need different training in martial arts. I need all these things. Granted, I'm maybe 20. I wish I did this 20 years ago, but hey, it is what it is right now. So let me just work with it right now. So, okay. Thank you for watching my video. And as I'm not leaving the less lethal by no means, but I'm also going to incorporate lethal as well, along with less lethal, along with martial arts. So that is where I'm heading. So, all right, have a good one.